So today we're doing a deep dive into a piece of hardware that really tries to solve one of the biggest headaches in home audio. The clutter.
Oh, the chaos. Yeah.
Yes.
The tangled wires, the 3 different Bluetooth speakers that refuse to sync up.
Exactly. So we're looking at the manual, the specs, for the WolfPack 6-zone audio matrix, specifically the one with the built-in 50-watt amps.
And this thing is a beast. The whole mission here is centralized control. It's about getting away from a stack of receivers or, spotty Wi-Fi speakers.
It's architectural audio, the invisible engine room for the house.
That's it.
Okay, but let's start with the name, matrix. It sounds cool, but that's the specific technical term here, isn't it? It's not just like a splitter.
Not at all, no. A splitter takes one signal and just blasts it everywhere. A switch lets you pick one thing for one place. A matrix is, well, it's a grid.
A 6x6 matrix.
Meaning 6 inputs, 6 outputs, 6 sources, 6 zones.
And this is that audio traffic controller idea we were talking about.
Exactly. You can send your TV audio to the living room, zone 1, while, say, a streaming source is playing out on the patio in zone 5.
Or, and this is the big feature.
Or you hit party mode. One source, input 1, goes to all 6 zones, all at once. And because it's hardwired, you get 0 latency. No weird echo between rooms.
Which is so much harder to pull off with wireless than people think.
Right.
Now, if you look at the back of this unit, it is crowded.
It is, yeah. You've got 4 RCA inputs, 2 of those little 3.5mm jacks, and an optical input. It's a mix.
But there was a real aha moment in the documentation about this 3.5mm jack.
A huge one. They specifically mentioned connecting an Amazon Echo Dot.
Which is so interesting. Usually these big rack-mounted systems, they hate consumer tech. They want you to buy their own expensive streamer.
Right. But this is a brilliant little bridge. You plug the dot in as the source, and now you don't need some proprietary voice system. You just say, Alexa, play jazz.
And the dot feeds the audio into the matrix.
And the matrix pumps it right into your ceiling speakers. It's a really smart way to add voice control to what is essentially a dumb system.
That is a clever workaround. Okay, let's talk muscle. It's a Class D amplifier. For people who don't know, that just means it runs cool and efficient, right?
Yep. It doesn't get super hot, which is vital if it's going into a closet or a rack. But the wattage, the specs, need a close read. It says 50 watts, but that really depends on your speakers.
I saw that. It says 25 watts at 8 ohms and 50 watts at 4 ohms. Can you break that down for us?
Sure. Think of ohms as resistance. Most standard home speakers, the kind you buy off the shelf, are 8 ohms. So for most people, you're getting 25 watts per channel.
Which is fine for background music in a kitchen.
Totally plenty. But it's not going to, shake the floorboards in a big living room or out on the patio.
So if you want more power, you're out of luck.
No. And this is where it gets into a real pro-level feature. It's called bridging.
I've heard that term in car audio, but not so much in home stuff like this.
It lets you take 2 separate amplifier channels and combine their power into one single mono channel.
So you give up a zone, essentially.
You do. You turn 2 zones into one, but you double the power. You can get 100 watts into a single power-hungry speaker, like a big outdoor rock speaker. It's a trade-off.
That's a crucial detail. Okay, control. Everyone calls this thing a tank, but how do you actually drive it? Do I have to run to the utility closet every time I want to change the volume?
Nope. And this is a big difference from, say, a Sonos system. It uses physical wall plate keypads, one in each room.
Which means running wires through the walls.
It does. But, and this is a huge deal for installers, it uses standard Cat5 or Cat6 Ethernet cable.
Oh, that's way easier and cheaper than trying to snake heavy speaker wire or some proprietary cable through drywall.
Much easier. And that keypad on the wall gives you volume, source selection. You don't need your phone. Anyone can walk up and use it.
Very family friendly. I saw one more thing that really jumped out on the smart home side, these 12-volt triggers.
Ah, yes. This is what separates a stereo from a system. A 12-volt trigger is a tiny electrical pulse that gets sent out when you turn a specific zone on.
So what does it do?
You can wire that pulse to anything that accepts it: a motorized projector screen, automated blinds, even a bigger external amplifier.
Wait, so I could turn on Zone 1 movie mode, and the matrix itself tells my projector screen to drop down?
Automatically. The audio system becomes the brain that wakes up the rest of the room. It's an automation hub.
That really changes the context. It's not just an amp.
Not at all. And it's scalable. You can daisy chain 3 of these together for up to 18 zones.
It's just funny, we've moved so much toward wireless portable speakers, but there's clearly still a huge need for this kind of heavy metal infrastructure.
Because wired just works. It never drops a signal. It lets you curate a whole home's environment in a way that a bunch of little speakers just can.
So here's the thought to leave everyone with. If you actually had this kind of audio traffic control in your own house, this power to separate every room instantly, what would the soundtrack of your life actually be? What's playing